Hey guys, it's Greg with Hungerford. Today we're going to talk about ClickFix scams, which I didn't know that's what they were called until recently. I always called them Windows R attacks. And let's talk about what's going on. You're sitting at your desk doing work on your computer like normal. You get a mundane email that asks you to take some action. And this one, for example, says, please verify your account. This one's a little bit fishy. I wasn't that creative, but the people who are falling for this are falling here for something that gets you to click, and it's reasonable. There's nothing here that I would say is super obvious that's supposed to catch your attention. You click on it, it takes you to a website that says, you got to prove something. And it pops up a thing that says, hey, please prove you're a human. So I click on the CAPTCHA and I say, I'm not a robot, or I get the motorcycle pictures that I have to click on. But this part here, this is the scary thing. And this is why we've had to respond to 6 of these attacks in the last 6 weeks. Smart people are falling for this stuff. So it says, press the Windows key and R. Then in the verification window, press Control V and then press Enter. So let's go through. What did it just have me do? Because that doesn't sound very scary. So I go to my computer, I press Windows R, and it pops up the run command. And then I hit Control V, which is paste from my clipboard, and it pastes whatever's on my clipboard, and I hit enter. And this scary screen pops up, and then now it's running some code, and I before I even realize I've ruined my day, right? So what could happen at this point is you've just run arbitrary code on your computer, which means that it could download and launch malware. It could steal some saved passwords or browser data. It could install a remote access tool so that they can get on your computer without you. It could somehow disable or weaken your security tools, or one of the most scary things, it could run ransomware. So what was that attack chain? You got an email, took you to a fake website, asked you to prove you're humans, and you ran a Windows prompt command, and it granted access to the bad guys to run whatever code they wanted to stick on your clipboard when you opened that website. And now you're susceptible to theft and fraud and all of the bad things. So, most important immediate thing, if you fall for this, please immediately call IT support. You basically just lit a fire and it's burning out of control. And the longer you take to get someone to help, the longer it has to burn out of control before we can run in and try to help contain it. So, what happened? The website that you opened loaded random whatever code payload onto your clipboard. So when you open the run command and hit paste, Control V, it's pasting their code, the thing they want to get you to run. It's using CAPTCHA, which is a very familiar tool, throws people off like, I guess I got to prove I'm a human. This feels weird. And so you're in this weird mode of like, you're trying to prove you can pass a test, and they're manipulating that part of that process. And then ultimately you've bypassed all of these layers of security that are supposed to prevent these attacks from happening, and you yourself went and lit the fuse that blew up the bomb and bypassed all that security. It's user executed. So just remember, one click is all it takes. If a website asks you to run Windows R, open the run dialog, don't do it. It's dangerous.